Oh, hello. Welcome to another Today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. Today is August 4th, and here are all the dates that really rate. On this day in 1863, none other than superstar himself, Gustav von Seifertitz, was born. I know, ridiculous name. He was a character actor who played Dr. Moriarty in some very early, like 19-teens Sherlock Holmes films. He very often played like the mad doctor, mad scientist, the villain in like pseudo horror movies in a pre-horror genre world, like pre-Dracula world. So he was almost like a Aleister Crowley type character in The Wizard, where I think the story was he grafted a human head onto a gorilla's body. I could be wrong. Really scary looking creature though. It's good stuff. The film was lost, but there's some stills that are still out there in the universe. One of my favorite pictures he was in was Sparrows, starring Mary Pickford. Takes place in a Louisiana bayou where Gustav von Seifertitz and his family, whatever, the group he's working with, wind up kidnapping children from the area and make them work on his farm, like exploiting them. And the kids, along with a cast as a kid herself, Mary Pickford, have to escape through the Louisiana bayou on their own, because if they don't, he is picking them up by their feet, dangling them over the swamp, and literally letting alligators devour children. It's a really fun movie. Also directed by William One Shot Boudin, who later on worked a lot in Poverty Row pictures in the 40s. Gustav von Seifertitz is also, I think, the main priest, if I remember correctly, in the 1935 production of H. Rider Haggard's She, which I was lucky enough to see a screening of that movie. Where was it? At the Arrow in Santa Monica. I drove Forey Ackerman there in my car at the time, as he sang Al Jolson songs. Pretty surreal. He was hosting the film along with Ray Bradbury and Ray Harryhausen, so we like walked him into the place, and it was really quite magical. And all of them together just reminisced about seeing Gustav von Seifertitz in various films, and it became this like punchline that like got the whole crowd rolling on the floor of like just how absurd this guy's name was and how much fun these legends were having saying it aloud in front of people. Anyway, also on this day, 1901, Louis Armstrong was born. Helen Kane, born 1904 on this day. She's the original Betty Boop. Fleischer Brothers really took her persona and just animated it and didn't give her any credit, and she tried to take them to court, and it was a lengthy proceeding that the press really ran with as well, and I don't think she ever won, and Fleischer Brothers wound up like employing a series of other women to say like, see, other people can be this character, but really Helen Kane really got screwed around. Yeah. What else? White Zombie, the film, premiered 1932, directed by the Halpern brothers and starring Bela Lugosi, Madge Bellamy. It's a fantastic picture, and very happy to say that the more recent releases in the last decade or two, I guess, 2 decades, look beautiful, because I feel like I grew up on it, and it was like, you know, the public domain versions of it in the 80s and 90s were like really poor, so you really couldn't make out too much of it, but it is a haunting picture that is not not a punchline. Yeah. What else? The Old Man on the Mountain premiered 1933, a Betty Boop cartoon. That's a lot of fun. That's the one with Cab Calloway rotoscoped into it, I believe. Yeah. Despite the fact that I think the Fleischer brothers should have treated Helen Kane better, this is still a great cartoon. Kembra Phaler, born today, 1961. The future is female, and it's got two choice words for you. Kembra Phaler, of Luscious Horror Karen Black fame, of course. And last, but certainly not least, 1979, the film Rock and Roll High School premiered today. So, what are you going to do with your day? Or what remains of it? You got a lot of options. Time will tell. Till tomorrow. Cheers.